Raspberry Racers, O'Rangers, Momo, and Team Galactic. Down they come and come to almost a complete stop before they pick up again. We've got several marbles, actually quite a few that are caught up there. Can that ball bearing dislodge any of them? No, just one. Only one of the O'Rangers, but 3 marbles so far are caught higher up on the course. The O'Rangers have the top 2 at the moment. Now they lose out. Raspberry Racers coming back. The Rangers, can they start working together and get down that ramp first? No, they're going to lose out to the Raspberry Racers, but they will get 2 of the top 3. Watch this 4th place now. That's also going to go to the Raspberry Racers, so that should help them, I would think. Given that we have another O'Ranger right there, another Raspberry Racer, and another O'Ranger, I think those are going to be your top 2 teams. Unless my math is way off, which it could be since I've never been that good at math. Galactic getting there just in the top 5, but that's about it. And yes, it will. O'Rangers and Raspberry Racers have advanced to the final. The MarbleLympics may be over, but all of the competitors from the competition have gathered back together for a practice run for an event that could be featured in the next MarbleLympics. There you see the starting lineups. 3 rows of all of the marbles. Chocolatiers not able to be a part of this competition today. They have another meeting elsewhere. Off they go. Limers out to a good start as they fight to the lead. Golden Orbs came out dead last, but they're trying to make up some spots in the meantime. Limers, great start right away. Fairly slow pace to this one because it is going to be a long race, 100 meters. And everybody right now trying to figure out what the strategy is going to be. Do you want to stay out to the edges where there are a lot of waves, a lot of riffles coming off of these steps that they are going down? Or do you try to stay in the middle? So far, the Limers doing a great job staying in the middle. And you can see whenever they get up to the edge there, just like with any marble, they really bunch up and slow down. Savage Speeders might be trying to mount a little challenge to come back at them. Ooh, I think we had one marble maybe get stuck back there already. This is a tricky course. Oh, Savage Speeders almost getting caught again, and that lets a dark marble shoot up toward the front. Is that Jungle Jumpers, I think? It's not quite the jet black of the Blackjacks. Pinky's up there in 3rd. They do a little draft job and then fall back once they bounce off the edges. Limer's still holding on to that lead as we near the 1/3 mark of this race. Now a challenge from the outside. Limers have lost the lead, and it's to the Pinkies. Are they going to be able to make that up? A few other marbles as we take a peek toward the back. You can see how spread out this field is. Back up front. They've lost it out. Now 2 marbles get by. Savage Speeders try a look at the lead. They can't get there. Now they come near side. Pinky's up to the top. They have a brief look in 2nd place. Jungle Jumpers back in 3rd. They navigate to the bottom side of the course. Up to the top. Now drafting the lead. They lose out briefly. It's a 3 marble race. They all come together, and the Jungle Jumpers get out in front. Will they be able to hold it? Limer's fallen all the way back to 4th, and they're lucky to hold on to that. Now they're back into 5th as I say it. Jungle Jumpers way out in front just like the Limers were as we're past the halfway point now. Even though this is practice, you think these marbles actually care about this? Oh, I would say so. They're competitive. You don't get to the MarbleLympics and compete at that high a level if you are not an intense competitor. All these marbles want to win this event. Now Limers cutting into that lead, narrowing it every single step they go down. Down to a few lengths. Can they get in that draft? It's a very different sort of a draft than what you get on a speed event through the air. Not only do you have to get close to the marble in front, but then you have to get through that kind of bow wave to get out in front. Will they be able to do it? Limers back behind, move to the right, and take the lead. Getting down into the final quarter of this course. The Limers have it by several lengths. A big gap back from 2nd to 3rd. Now they fight back. Jungle Jumpers back in front. Neck and neck. Limers, they're trading the lead every few feet. Finish line not quite in sight yet. They still have a ways to go. Have the Jungle Jumpers... Oh, they briefly get hung up. I was going to say, have they lost a little bit of steam? A mental mistake there gets them caught up on that little crack, and the Limers' lead is huge. Jungle Jumper's going to need to give everything they possibly can to try to get back up in front, or to hold on to second place. They could lose that if they get caught up one more time. Now the Limers slow down quite a bit. Here come the Jungle Jumpers. Now the finish line is in sight. Jungle Jumpers to the low side. They've got the lead again. Can the Limers come back? Yes, they do. Jungle Jumpers trying to hold on. Can they get back in front for one last lunge? They do, and they're going to win the race. 0.2 of a second. Skip from the Jungle Jumpers gets in front of the Limers. And a slew of marbles, all just within a couple of tenths of each other. And now some stragglers back behind. Oh, the Oceanics, 18th in the water event. The fans are not going to be too happy about that. Sparkle from the Shining Swarm comes across. I think we've lost a few. The B-League in the blocks and ready to go. After one race already in their season, where will things shake out after a pretty competitive opening stanza for these 11 marbles? Cobra there, drew the short stick, and we'll be on the back. And we've got another Ghost Marble race. The Ghost Marble getting out of the starting blocks just like we saw in the last race of the A-League. And it is Pollo Loco leading the way in this one. The two kind of yellowish marbles on a tangent. That's Green Turtle, a little bit more green than yellow in that case. Out ahead of Wisp of Darkness. Pollo Loco had high hopes for this season in the Sand Marble Rally, but is instead relegated to the B-League. And like we said before, still trying to make the most of it to gain as much ground as possible early on. Eases the sting a little bit of not making it up into the top tier. Wisp of Darkness, these three as a whole are off to a pretty good gap, and as I say that, H2 Blue makes a pretty good lunge. Anybody going to take the top line? No. Pollo Loco stretching that lead. Wisp of Darkness moves up into second now. Wisp of Darkness continuing to cut into this lead with every single corner, now down to 2 or 3 lengths. Finish line nearly in sight at the end of this long straight. Nobody is going to be able to catch Pollo Loco. Wisp of Darkness gave it a gallant effort, but will finish second comfortably ahead of Green Turtle. El Capitan and Cobra round out the top 5. Event number 3 looks daunting from the top, and I can only imagine how it looks for the marbles themselves. The funnel spin, 8 individual marbles descending along 13 funnels. So there's a lot of course to go around. The goal, stay in as long as you possibly can. Keep that angular momentum going to keep you high up. And we get a log jam up top. I don't know if anybody is going to... Okay, actually, they're going to stop this overall. No disqualifications because nobody did that too egregiously. But that is going to stop things and reset them in the gates. Let's see if we can do this again this time. Once they get through the first one, I think the likelihood of a stoppage is even better. Oh, a ball bearing, it sounds like, is going to be released after the second funnel is empty, just in case we do get something like that again. Minty Maniacs were in a good position in funnel number 1. They're still dancing around that opening in 2. Meanwhile, we've got several down on 5. Minty Maniacs, who lead this tournament so far with 19 points. Can they extend their championship lead? Bumblebees and Minty Maniacs taking their turn up in funnel number 3. Meanwhile, we've got 3 marbles circulating around funnel number 6. Not where they want to be. They're hoping that maybe a marble can come down and help them bump them out away from that opening because, oh, and we just had one that streaked right through funnel 7 directly down to 8. That's not going to help. Meanwhile, look up top there. Minty Maniacs still holding on to their lead up in funnel number 4. In fact, they're looking pretty good to enter into funnel number 5, maybe by themselves. Meanwhile, look farther down the course, more marbles getting spread out the farther we go. All right, there's the Minty Maniacs down into 5. As the camera pans slightly slower. Some of these marbles may be feeling a little bit worried about the height. Oh, and the Minty Maniacs dropped right from 5 down to 7 almost. Oh, and they were nearly dropping through down to 8, but they get things back under control a little bit. They have lost the lead of this one. Golden Orbs, who had been up there in second place, they're still in second place, I would say, from this one. And there go the Minty Maniacs some more. Oh, and it's just falling apart for the Minty Maniacs' hopes in this event. They had a 2-funnel lead almost over a majority of the marbles, and now they're already down at a 10. The leads have completely changed, and the golden orbs, they're also dropping down the order quite a bit. Remember, the goal is to stay as far up as you possibly can. Already one is down into the final funnel. Number 13. Unlucky number 13 if you're the only marble in it, and you're the first one to go through it. That dubious distinction goes to the green gang. They pick up 1 point. Minty Maniacs have kind of gotten things back together, now sitting in 3rd place, trying to hold on and get 7 points from this event. Meanwhile, a lot of marbles doing everything they can to try to stay away from that opening. Things changing a little bit down there at the bottom. The golden orbs, they drop through. And I believe I misspoke earlier. I called the bumblebees the golden orbs. They come through in 6th, so just 1 off of the golden orbs. But still, they were up there in 2nd place for a while. Now the Minty Maniacs have actually gotten back almost level, and as I say that, they drop into funnel 11. Now in 2nd place. Blue Fastics come through. It won't be another top 3 finish for them in this event. They had 2 straight in the first 2 events to start this tournament. Now the Ruby Rollers drop through. 3 marbles to go. And the Minty Maniacs have retaken the lead. Clever spinning, clever rotation back up there just to let the other marbles spin around and drop on through. But we've seen them skyrocket through a couple of funnels. Can they keep that from happening again? Valiant Violets, they'll pick up the bronze here. Minty Maniacs comes through, and it looks like they're going to drop into the final funnel first. Question is, will they keep spinning, or will they be relegated to 2nd place after a brilliant start to this event? And it looks like they will. It's going to be oh so close. You see the time differences up there on the left. Minty Maniacs will come on through. Question is, how big is that time advantage going to be? Not that it means too much for the Blackjacks, who really came out of nowhere. They were sitting pretty about 1/3 of the way down the course, and just tactical movements keeping them up front. 15 points and nearly 17 seconds longer than the Minty Maniacs. I would call that some domination.
Et bienvenue pour cette première course de la division A du Rallye des Sables 2018. Nous avons un très beau circuit pour vous avec plein d'éléments favoris et un tout nouveau starting block. Tous les yeux sont tournés vers rouge numéro 3 qui nous avait fait vibrer l'année dernière. Choisissez votre bille car c'est parti! À la sortie des starting blocks, nous avons donc regardé Ciel d'été qui fait un sprint dès le départ. J'espère qu'elle ne va pas dépenser toute cette énergie, mais elle a mis une très belle distance entre elle et les autres billes. Elle est suivie de près par Lune Bleue. Voilà, toujours Ciel d'été qui mène la danse. Lune Bleue suivie de Quicksilver. Alors qu'on rentre dans cette tresse, cette terrible tresse, tresse, où les billes s'entrechoquent et changent de position. Une autre division, voilà, qui se crée. Regardez Chevalier Noir qui fait l'attaque en choisissant la division basse. C'est une très bonne stratégie alors qu'on rentre dans le slalom. Regardez, bataille pour la première place entre Ciel d'été et Lune Bleue. Ciel d'été tient bon. Et suivi de Lune Bleue, Sauterelle, Phoenix et Quicksilver. Allez, une ligne droite, l'occasion de sprinter, de prendre de l'avance. Mais regardez Lune Bleue qui ferait devant, mais Ciel d'été qui prend cette division pour regagner sa place. Et Phoenix qui est remonté en 2e position devant Lune Bleue. Voilà, ces divisions sont idéales pour doubler, pour tenter de faire le dépassement alors qu'on rentre dans le half-pipe. Toujours Ciel d'été qui met la danse. Lune Bleue a repris sa place sur la 2e marche du podium. Et regardez, mauvaise stratégie de la part de Lune Bleue qui a perdu sa place en choisissant la mauvaise division. Elle avait hésité à l'entrée de cette division. Ah là là, cette hésitation va lui coûter le podium. C'est donc Ciel d'été, Chevalier Noir, Deep Ocean, Phoenix, Sauterelle, Lune Bleue et Quicksilver. Et regardez, mesdames et messieurs, je ne peux pas en croire mes yeux. Rouge numéro 3, la préférée des Français, n'a même pas fini cette course. Elle s'est plantée. Elle ne recevra donc même pas le point de consolation. Très belle course de la part de Ciel d'été, qui a vraiment tenu bon. Abonnez-vous à la chaîne pour ne rien manquer de ce Rallye des Sables 2018.
Countless souls have perished on this course. Will you be one of them? Zombie Brain, Eyeball, Skeleton, and Vampire. Eyeball with the early lead. descending through the tower as safely as one can. Now they switch spots. Farther back behind, Vampire trails the top three. Out they come, Skeleton trying to give chase. Trying to take over that top spot whenever they get an opportunity to pass. And Skeleton stalls out. Skeleton will be caught up on this course and will not finish. Eyeball still holding the lead, now loses it out. Falls back to third, in fact, on one corner. Brain hits, loses the lead to Vampire. They came across that catwalk and carried just a little bit too far. Now onto that far funnel beside the skull candle. Who stole that off my desk? Vampire down to the chute. Picks up a little bit of speed. Those bridges. A huge lead for Vampire. Gets onto that stage, a little bit of a nudge now. And it's down with the finish line nearly in sight. Zombie Brain is close behind. Zombie Brain now takes the lead. Zombie Brain with a few turns left to go. Can Vampire catch up? No, he won't. Zombie Brain will win the day. Vampire next, a second place finish, and a sigh of relief to have made it through this haunted course. Eyeball hoping that a ball bearing will nudge it to safety, but no help is coming. They pass right on by, indifferent to his plight. And at the end, a savior. Eyeball will move into the pen, but will live to roll another day. The same cannot be said for Skeleton. As we get back into the blocks, here for race number 2. Off they go. Oh, nearly getting high up on the wall and going right off the course, but able to stay back in. Oh, there goes one of them. I think that was the Pinkies. I think Pinkies just jumped the wall and are stranded. I won't call it beached because, well, this is snow, but I think the Pinkies are out of this race. Question is, who is running up front? I see Team Momary up there. I think a lot of people would love to see Team Momary get back up on top, finally getting some good results after their team being broken apart and reformed. Ooh, a little bit of contact with the leading Midnight Wisps. Now they spread back out again. Call to a stop. Momary in the lead. Can they hold on to it? Watch that third place. Momary's going to get it. Snowball steals second right at the line by just about a second. Just behind Team Momary. And we should have at most 15 finishers, I believe, and that's what we do. Oceanics come in last. Not good for a team that was sitting toward the top of the MarbleLympics standings coming into this. 16 points for Team Momary. I believe that might be enough. With the Sand Marble Rally quickly coming to its conclusion with just a few more races to go, it puts a bigger emphasis on great finishes under pressure. It's the 6th race of the A-League here in 2018, and we thank you for joining us. Superball leads the standings over red number 3. Comet jumped 15 spots after the last event to get up into 3rd. Red number 3 taking an early lead on this one, streaking his way down this course as the groups of marbles quickly separated themselves into 2. Slimer, as they come back together, slots into 2nd place in front of Phoenix. Black Knight and Nemo lockstep behind. Several of those blue marbles close back there. We had a little bit of a log jam. I'm not sure if Ghost Plasma got stuck. Yes, he did. Ghost Plasma is out of this race. It's enough of a slowdown that all of the momentum stopped. Through the hairpin they come. Phoenix into 3rd, trying to track down Slimer up front. Has to watch Black Knight back behind. Meanwhile, red number 3 is way up in front. Can't even see him right now. Slowly coming back together, Phoenix and Black Knight, as they have for most of this race. Oh, you see, in that bottom inset, red number 3 takes high line. As they come back around, red number 3 way out in front will follow the battle for second right now. Red number 3 is far enough ahead, and now we get a move. Black Knight had moved from 4th up to 2nd now. Nemo moving back and forth to Slimer. Comet! Comet has crashed off track and spun out. Comet is out of this race now. Black Knight has the job of trying to get up to red number 3. You can almost see him. Phoenix did not want to give up second place, trying to draft and close that gap. Through the right-hander, gains a little more. Long shadows on this course. Long course it is. Back and forth they come. A little shot there. Black Knight fended off. Through the hairpin, navigated very well. Several changes back behind. 4th, 5th, 6th, all mixing back and forth. Way down there, took a peek at red number 3. This is the most dominant race that red number 3 has ever run. His fans should be happy about this one. Down toward the bottom. Is anybody going to be able to catch up to Black Knight for second place? Red number 3 should be crossing the line by now. And there he goes. Red number 3, look at this margin of victory. Huge over Black Knight, nearly 5 seconds. Phoenix, Crazy Cat's Eye, and Nemo rounding out the top 5. About a 10th back was Deep Ocean, and then Slimer. So we lost a couple. We take a look. Ghost Plasma was 1. There you see Comet. Interesting to see a marble actually stranded on the course versus off of it. Oh, but red number 3 can breathe a sigh of relief. A great points haul for him after arguably his best race ever. A league ahead of everybody else. Red number 3 now duly takes the lead in the championship standings, knocking Super Ball from that top spot. Phoenix and Black Knight in 3rd and 4th, respectively. Tension building here inside the stadium. These two teams, big rivals of one another. You could tell they almost relish the chance to face each other in an event head-to-head. That's exactly what we'll get for 15 more meters of this one. Dead heat. Limers and Raspberry Racers down to the 100th of a second. We're tied. These two are very close. Limers with an early lead, just a little bit. Now they're bringing it together, but watch the Raspberry Racers down below. Now they're coming back. That separation is really hurting the Limers. Raspberry Racers edging ahead. They're going to come across the line, barely taking the win. 2/100ths of a second. Now it's the top lane that loses one, but I think that might just be out of a little bit of frustration more than anything.